Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Court on Air. I am your host, Courtney Lene, and today we have a special guest by the name of...
Tyrell Brown.
Okay. So, we're going to get to know you a little bit. So, I want you to introduce yourself and what do you do? Like, tell us what do you do?
So my name is Tyrell Brown. What I do is I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I do a little bit of real estate investing, and then I have a brand, or more of a movement, because a movement is something that never dies, called The Struggle Before Success. And it's really about creating like generational wealth and just teaching people how to develop leadership skill sets, and that you don't have to be an NBA or NFL player to really not only make millions, but to create generational wealth for your families.
Okay. So you used to go to this school, right?
I am. I'm Morgan a bum.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what was your major?
I majored in accounting, but I hated it.
All right.
Really didn't like it.
So give me 3 words to describe Tyrell Brown.
Ambitious, hardworking, visionary.
So how were you in your early childhood years? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Early childhood, all I cared about was basketball. I just wanted to go to the league. I used to play basketball pretty much every day at the school. I used to go to a lot of different tournaments, travel. So my number one love was just basically the court and hooping. And that's pretty much what I did. I went to school. I mean, the general stuff that kids do. My mom and dad pretty much went to work, so I watched my family in a sense struggle. But other than that, I had a childhood where I watched my family just do whatever they could to make it work. But the way that I seen myself getting out of that was basically, through basketball, and that's really what drove me to be who I am today. And that was pretty much like what filled up most of my childhood growing up, just basketball.
Okay, so were you any good at basketball?
I mean, I got a couple tapes, I love the game. So I personally know that I was one of the greatest that would ever did it, but it's all good.
Okay, so what position did you play?
Point guard.
Point guard.
Yeah, I ran the floor. I was a floor general.
You were fast, or?
Yeah, I was fast. I played defense. I did everything. Whatever they needed, I did it. I got rebounds, all that. So.
Okay, so do you consider yourself being a yo, like before you became Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I definitely was a yo.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, how was that?
Growing up in Baltimore, I hung around a lot of people that just was like products of their environment, in a professional way to say it. And so, of course, the drug use was there, drinking. A lot of people just like to, they see that as a way of fun. So just growing up in those different environments, it was a lot of people that use drugs, different drugs. They could be Percocets, they could be, smoking marijuana, things of that nature. And so just because I had influences around me that seen that as fun, I definitely dipped and dabbed in that use in a sense. And
so what made you want to become a entrepreneur or independent business owner?
Going to work every single day. I used to work 70 hours a week, and my paychecks was only $1,200. And I used to be like, man, if I had a family, I couldn't take care of my daughter and my family of this.
Yeah.
And I was only 22 at the time, so working that hard and only making that amount of money, I just knew that there had to be more to life. And I just always been one to go against the grain. I always been the one that just thought abnormal in a sense, and I just realized that, I watched everybody that I know go to work, and I watched everybody that I know still complain about money.
Right.
So I just always knew that a job wasn't the way. Because if that was the case, most of the people that I knew wouldn't be complaining about their bills not being paid.
What's your why and what keeps you going?
Justice Ariel Brown, my daughter. I keep me going every single day. I take her to school mostly every day, so that's pretty much all you need, man. All you need is something that's outside of you, that look at you every day, that look up to you every single day, that got to eat because of you, that got school because of you. So, having my daughter just changed my life. It gave me a reason to live outside of just my own understanding and my own selfish ways in a sense. So just having something outside of you that means everything to you can really change everything.
What do you feel like is the most important thing about mentorship in your life and in your business?
Just people leading by example. A lot of people think mentorship is handing out or being there in a sense, but being there is just leading by example. So just being an example for people to follow is really what's important, because the right people will actually follow the example. So mentorship is not about giving out or just handing out or, it's just really about, leading by example and having the right people follow you to wherever the dream is, wherever the goal is. So I think what's the most important is just, like I said, leading by example. Being a person that people want to follow and being a person that people can look up to and say, I would like to be like that, or I want to follow that example. That's the person I want to be, whether it be a father to your kids, whether it be a supervisor at your job, whether it be the entrepreneur, owning a business, the CEO, CFO, like whatever it is, just leading by example and then setting the standard and letting people, and in raising that standard, people will raise their standards with you, and you'll lose the losers, and then you'll also gain the winners.
How do you stay so confident in your line of business? You know, hearing no's a lot can, you know, make somebody depressed or like bring them down, but how do you, you know, combat all the no's and just like keep going?
And, hey, look, man, you know, a big thing that'll help with anybody, if they watch the Ali movie, you know, Ali every day talked about how he was the greatest.
I am the greatest. 15 times I have told the clown what round he's going down, and this chump ain't no different.
How he was gonna shake up the world, you know, how he sting like a butterfly, or whatever the saying is.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you watch other successful people and you follow what they do, then you can have the same success in anything.
You're really successful in your business and you're like really close to a next promotion, next level, but how do you stay so grounded and humble?
I mean, I'll just say my daughter and just like where I come from, my mother, like how I was raised. I wasn't really raised to be arrogant in a sense, but you know, just how I was raised. I got really equate that to my parents, my family, my mother, my father. They, you know, did the best that they could do. My mother, to this day, is still humble. My dad, to this day, is still humble. Church going and all that good stuff. So, all that stuff really just makes a difference. I guess I just had to equate that to my upbringing and my raising. But I'm definitely confident in me, and I believe in me, and I believe that I can win in anything that I do. So,
Okay,
yeah,
I feel it.
I'm gonna win.
Bet. So where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years, I'll be 38 years old. You know, I don't even think 10 years. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not gonna answer that question.
Okay.
Because I don't think about 10 years from now. I literally grind every single day. So what I will say is that I will grind for the next 365 days, for the next 10 years, and wherever that puts me at, that's where I'm gonna be at. But I like nice cars, I like nice things. I have different dreams and goals that I wanna achieve. At the same time, I don't wanna put no caps on what I'm gonna do. So in the next 10 years, you know, I want my daughter to be nice and healthy and happy. I want to have a family. I want my mom to be well taken care of. I don't want her to have to work or have to worry about anything. I want my father to be good. Next 10 years, I just want my family to be good. I want generational wealth to be in a situation where, you know, I don't have to never worry about my family when it comes to what they're going to eat and how they can take care of themselves. So that's really what's really, really important to me. But next 10 years, I'm going to grind, though. I'll be out here every single day.
All right, that's a wrap, y'all. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Court on Air. I want to thank you, Mr. Brown, Tyrell Brown, for coming to the show. We really appreciate you.
Appreciate it. We also got a website, www.sbs/global.org. So check that out. We're definitely looking to partner with anyone who's open and creating generational wealth.
And stop.
My bad, yo.
And guys, don't forget to tune in to episode number 3 coming up next week. So yeah, bye guys. Thank you.